Center.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the second hour of the morning wake-up call. It is Tuesday, a terrific Tuesday, 13th day of June, 6 minutes after 7, and we're waking up to cloudy skies. We're right now 68 degrees on our way to a climb up to about 88 for a daytime high. Tomorrow is looking around 90 for a high, back down to 88 through the rest of the week, and 84 on Saturday will be our coolest day this week, staying around 88 to 90 through every day this week. And there is a possibility of some pop-up scattered thunderstorms each afternoon this week as well. Nothing major, we don't think, but just some scattered pop-up showers and possibly some thunder amongst all that. 50% chance of rain on Thursday night, 40% chance of rain this afternoon. And again, right now, 68 degrees here at WCAB in Rutherfordton. Have these death announcements this morning. Bobo Scruggs, senior, age 94, of Harmon Street, Forest City, died Sunday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. A memorial service will be held at 2 o'clock Wednesday in the Florence Baptist Church with Dr. Bobby Gann officiating. Burial will follow in Eternal Hills Memorial Park. The family will receive friends from 1 until 2 o'clock on Wednesday in the narthex of Florence Baptist Church. The Patchett King Mortuary and Crematory is serving the family of Bobo Scruggs of Forest City. Stephanie Haynes, age 33, of Ellenboro, passed away Saturday at the Hospice House of Rutherford County. The funeral service will be conducted at 3 o'clock Wednesday at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel with Reverend Johnny McCarty and Reverend Chad Sisk officiating. Burial will follow in Eternal Hills Memorial Park. The family will receive friends from 6 until 8 this evening at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Stephanie Haynes. Those are the death announcements we have this morning. You can get the complete information on these and others that may come in today. You can hear those at 11:35 this morning and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report here on our continuing to give you the most information for the foothills. Well, the Braves had a good night last night. They beat the Nationals at an 11-10 game, 11-10. And they'll be at it again this evening, the Braves and the Nationals, tonight and tomorrow night. And then Thursday, we have the Owls game back on the radio against Lexington. All that big, exciting game last week on the radio. And the Owls have been doing well. We'll see how well they do the rest of this week. Meanwhile, a couple of heads-up reminders. Thursday, June 15th, and every third Thursday in the month from 9 until 10:30, there'll be a coffee social for veterans at the Rutherford County Veteran Service Office located at 303 Fairground Road, Spindale, hosted by the staff. The guest speaker this month is April Hicks with Willow Ridge. There'll be coffee, treats, conversation, and a good time. If you have a topic of interest and would like to participate, just contact Risa at 287-6185. Farmers Market open on Tuesdays and Saturdays now in downtown Forest City. From flowers to collards and pasture-raised pork, you're invited to come and enjoy the locally grown produce and vegetables. If you'd like to be a vendor, contact Cherie Crenshaw at 287-6080. We'll get to the phones in just a few moments, find out what's been happening around the neighborhood while we slept on our Call Around News Report here on WCAB in Rutherford. Right now, here is a Rush Limbaugh Morning Update.
The Democrats' quest to explain to themselves why they lost continued recently at something called the People's Summit in Chicago. Van Jones, Obama's Green Czar, decided to blame Hillary Clinton. He blasted her and her campaign for tricking Democrats into fighting among themselves over the wrong issues. Van Jones said the Clinton team based their campaign on a false narrative. They acted as if they had to choose between racial justice for people of color or the white working class. He called it the stupidest false choice he'd ever heard of. He also laid into the campaign for spending all that money on themselves, pollsters and consultants, instead of campaigning. He said they took $1 billion, they set it on fire, they called it a campaign. He argued the money should have been given back to the people, and that Democrats should stop getting rich off of other people's struggles. Now, he's mostly right. Hillary did squander $1 billion, which came primarily from super-rich donors, not the people. He's also right that the political establishment class got rich, very rich. Even if they lose election after election, they get rich. It happens in both parties. But his complaint that Hillary campaigned on identity politics, come on, Van. That's what the whole Democrat Party has run on for 50 years. Hillary was just following the script. Except this time it didn't work because she was such a lousy candidate, nothing would have helped. Get over it. Imagine that I only gave you part of a news story. Be pretty hard to follow, right? Well, that's exactly what happens when you rely on your credit card and bank statements to protect your identity. I mean, sure, your bank can help detect credit card fraud, but not the many other ways your identity can be stolen, like when somebody opens a new account or applies for an online loan in your name. That's why there's LifeLock. LifeLock uses technology to alert you to a wider range of identity threats, and if you have a problem, one of their U.S.-based specialists will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, you can get more comprehensive identity protection than you can get anywhere else. Join now, get 10% off when you visit lifelock.com/rush or call them 800-440-4833. Use the promo code RUSH. That's lifelock.com/rush and save 10%.
Reaching 10 counties from the county seat of Rutherford. This is the mighty 590 WCAB, Rutherfordton.
We can't all be home in time to catch the 6 o'clock news. That's why this station is a member of the News 13 Radio Simulcast Network. Every weeknight at 6, you can get all the day's news, sports, and your exclusive Weather Scan 13 forecast from Western North Carolina's home for news, News 13 WLOS. And you don't need a TV. Just tune in to the home of country music at its best. WCAB, your News 13 Radio Simulcast Network station.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
You know, you can get the sound facts with just a visit to Miracle Ear location in Forest City or in Shelby, Miracle Ear Sound Facts. Just schedule your appointment, ask about that pre-hearing test, and you'll be on your road to find out more about this amazing product. There's no better respected, a well-known brand in hearing aids than Miracle Ear. And they provide complete customer care packages, including 30-day satisfaction guarantee, lifetime care promise, 3-year limited warranty on all hearing solutions. Most insurance plans accepted. Financing is available. They got an A+ rating from the BBC. Why don't you check with them? I talked with a fellow the other day who needs to be wearing hearing aids. He said he doesn't wear them because they irritate his ear. I said, it's not a Miracle Ear, is it? He said, no, it's not. I wish I'd gone there. But it's never too late. You can go to Miracle Ear and get your earpiece or your hearing instrument and let them show you how pleased you can be with that Miracle Ear. Contact Lisa Terry. Here's the phone number in Forest City at 368-4126, 368-4126. Miracle Ear.
Ben Kilpatrick was born in Texas in 1877. At 6 foot 2 inches tall, he was known as the Tall Texan. Ben became famous as a member of Black Jack Ketchum's gang and later Butch Cassidy's Wild Bunch. After participating in a Wild Bunch train robbery in Montana, Ben, along with Adela Rose, went to St. Louis, Missouri. Under the names of Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin Arnold, they started spending money in reckless abandonment. Unfortunately, it was from the Bank of Helena, Montana. It drew the attention of the Pinkertons, and Ben was arrested. He ended up getting 15 years in the federal penitentiary. Ben's cellmate was a Howard Benson, also known as Old Beck. They decided when released, they would follow the outlaw trail again. And after 11 years, Ben was released from jail on June 11, 1911. Old Beck was released shortly afterward. When the men got out, they found so many automobiles it was difficult to ride a horse without getting run over. And instead of riding horses, lawmen drove big black wagons. But this didn't deter Ben and Old Beck. They stopped the Southern Pacific train near Sanderson, Texas. But the robbery didn't go as planned. Ben was holding the train's messenger at gunpoint when his attention strayed. The messenger grabbed a hammer and killed Ben. The messenger then grabbed Ben's rifle and shot Old Beck dead. As was the custom in 1912, the two bandits were propped up and pictures were taken of them. Monuments to the passing of the Old West outlaw. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Well, we'll move from the Old West crime fighting to the modern day crime fighting and touch bases with our sheriff of Rutherford County, Mr. Chris Francis, and he'll give us an update on what's been going on over there. Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning, Jim. How you doing this morning?
It's a beautiful day and I feel great.
That's a blessing, no doubt.
Tell us what's been happening with your department.
Jim, in the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 150 calls for service. There have been 16 arrests processed at the county jail. Total incarcerated is 196. Among those arrested by the Sheriff's Office, Heather Nicole Whitener, 35-year-old white female of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $1,000 secured bond. Dolores Johnson Twitty, 42-year-old white female of Rutherford, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $1,000 secured bond. Rodney Tevis Boykins, a 39-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with 3 counts of failure to appear and received a $30,000 secured bond. James Edward Norton, 24-year-old white male of Rutherford, was charged with assault on a female and communicating threats and failure to appear, received $2,000 secured bond for the failure to appear, and will go before a judge for the assault on a female and communicating threats charges. Johnny Harrison Bradley, 70-year-old white male of Morrisboro, was charged with communicating threats, received a written promise to appear. Ronald Zachary Rhodes, 23-year-old white male of Ellenboro, was charged with assault on a female. He'll see a district court judge for bond. Ryan Clifford Gilmore, 39-year-old white male of Rutherford, was charged with larceny and received a $1,000 secured bond. Among the incidents, we had larceny from a vehicle, US 221A, Morrisboro. A woman's pocketbook or wallet was taken with debit cards and IDs insane. We also had a break-in and enter in larceny on Porter Ford Road in Ruston, where football pads and equipment were taken back at $200, a diamond wedding set with a square-cut diamond valued at $350, electronic fireplace heater, mini fridge valued at $60, and some shot glasses were taken in that instant. Later, deputies followed a lead and located much of the items taken. They located the football pads, a mini fridge, a fireplace space heater, as well as some pocketbooks that were taken from that location that were not originally reported stolen. And those were returned to the owner, and the case is still under investigation. Jim, that's what we had to report this morning.
All right, Sheriff, thank you so much for that report, and thanks for being available for us, and you have a safe day out there.
Thank you, sir, and take care.
See you. Bye-bye. Sheriff Chris Francis on the radio this morning. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we usually have him on to give the report. Other days, deputies give it. 19 past 7 this Tuesday morning. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Here's Lindsay now with the 911 Communications Center report. Lindsay, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us what's been happening over there.
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 communications has processed 502 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 35 EMS, 13 rescue, under law enforcement, 150 Sheriff's Office, 82 Forest City, 4 Lake Lure, 47 Rutherfordson, 32 Spindale. Under fire calls, Ellenboro had a structure fire, assisting departments Bostic and Forest City, and that is all.
Thanks, Lindsay. I do appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, it's one thing going out shopping, and it's another thing shopping at home, which I hope you'll indeed do as often as you possibly can. Support our locally owned businesses, because I know when you go to places like Southern Carpet, you're going to get that Southern friendliness. You're going to get that Southern friendliness and long-lasting tradition of quality. A great inventory of carpet and floor covering that you can look at and touch and feel. It's a great place to start looking for your carpet and floor covering. More on hand, ready to install, higher quality floor products than anybody else. Nothing compares to their personalized in-store attention you get either. They believe in treating customers the way they want to be treated. They built their business on that same kind of thing. Fair deal, honest fair deal, above board in all transactions. Treat people fair, sell good merchandise. That's the mottos that you'll find at Southern Carpet. So when you get ready to look for carpet or floor covering, come home to Southern Carpet. 1512 West Main Street. Phone number is 245-0310. That's West Main Street, Forest City. Here's Ruby Taylor with the Danieltown SDO Fire District Report. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report over there?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and on my birthday calendar, I've got Tommy Hodge and Brenda Cordell, and I want to wish her a very, very happy birthday. And the signs are in the legs today and tomorrow, and that's all I got, Jim.
Ruby, I do appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304.
Rutherford Surgical Associates offers expert treatment of conditions ranging from hernias and appendicitis to diseases of the lungs, chest, abdomen, liver, and stomach. Our surgeons also deliver expert wound care at Rutherford Wound Care in Hyperbarics in Forest City. Rutherford Surgical Associates is welcoming new patients, and more information is available at 828-286-1743 or online at www.myrutherfordregional.com/general surgery.
Now we're going up to beautiful Rumbling Ball and talk with Steve. Got a report up there. Steve, how you doing?
Good morning, Jim. It is a beautiful morning, but it's a little muggy. 68 degrees already. I think morning activities would be probably the thing to do today.
Yeah.
I think we got some rain coming too, so another reason to enjoy the morning. But it's been just a standard last 24 hours where nothing to report any incidents of any kind. We just moving forward. A lot of folks out enjoying all the activities. I mean, we're really taking it up a notch now. The kids are out, starting to come in. Tons of them. We've even got a few international kids working with us this summer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Jamaica. Some of these countries I cannot pronounce, so I won't try.
I understand.
But, yeah, we China, there's going to be some coming in from China, I think, a couple. But
do they speak English?
They do. We primarily hire from within our region, but we brought in a few internationals. So that just to see, what it's all about and give them an opportunity to experience us. So like a cultural exchange kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's working out pretty good. I've learned a few interesting things about their habits and just the differences in our culture and this, that, and the other is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting to sit down and talk with them about how those young people live their lives in those countries like that and how our young people live their lives.
Absolutely. We get tickled at some of the things that, they do, like I didn't know how to work the dishwasher. I thought it was supposed to cut on by itself, so it kept getting stacked up, and finally they called us.
Oh my.
It just, anyway, just little things like that. But it's all good.
But I bet they know about a Big Mac and fries, don't they?
They do. They certainly do, and they know about Walmart.
Oh, I'm sure. I suppose you got rested up from the weekend.
Yes. My back's still a little sore, but I'm hopping along.
Good.
This is my recoup week, I think. But I tend to, whenever it rains, usually I get some rest. So hopefully we'll get some rain today.
Well, it may come this afternoon.
Okay, I'll take it. Looks like we got a lot of rain forecast for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
So hang on, let's see what happens.
All right, Steve, you enjoy your day up there, and we'll check back in with you tomorrow.
Okay, Jim.
Thanks. All right, bye-bye. 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Braves are back in action again this evening after winning last night over the Nationals. They'll be playing the Nationals again tonight and tomorrow night. Actually, Wednesday is an afternoon game. They play tonight. We'll have that game, pregame, following News 13 at 6. Then Wednesday is an afternoon game. We'll pick that up following Rush Limbaugh. Have a Wednesday afternoon game. Then Thursday night is another broadcast of the Forest City Owls game with Lexington County in Lexington. So that's a good little ways off, road trip for them. But we'll have that game for you right here. Braves are off. And then the Braves pick back up with the Miami Marlins on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And then Sunday night, which is Father's Day, by the way, Sunday night, a unique experience for the Owls. They're having a Father's Day night game in Forest City, and we'll have that game broadcast on the radio also on Sunday night. Right now, 27 past 7. Let's go back to the phones. Here's Bob Hodge from Hudlow Volunteer Fire District with our report today. Bob, good morning.
Well, good morning.
How you doing today, Bob?
Oh, we're doing pretty good this morning there.
Good.
Looks like it's going to be another warm day up here, but we had a couple little thunder showers come through yesterday evening. It poured down the rain a time or two there for a little while, so.
They were short rain drops, weren't they? Just rain briefly and then go away and start again.
That's what it did yesterday afternoon, and one time it was just pouring down the rain, the sun was shining there, so. The old saying is, the devil was beating his wife there.
Oh, my. I've heard that expression, too. I don't know what that means, but I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard it all my life there, yeah.
I didn't even know the devil had a wife.
Shining there. But Jim, up here with the fire department, it's been quiet during the night. We had one called a smoke report, and it was this controlled burn, so everything's running along pretty quiet during the night and so far this morning there, so maybe it'll stay that way, and we'll have a pretty quiet day up here today. And, Jim, I hope you have a good day, and I guess I'll be talking to you in the morning there.
Well, I look forward to it, and you have a great day up there, and I'll see you soon.
Well, you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's a hello man. Hello, Bob Hodge. 29 past 7.
It's a for sure thing. Sisk Family Ford in Forest City is earning a quality reputation for offering an attractive inventory of new and used cars and trucks. If you want a new Ford truck, you'll be a smart shopper to let Sisk Family Ford quote you a deal. From a car for the newlywed to the car for the large family, let the Sisk Family Company help your family get the best deal. Stop by and welcome Terry Date back to Forest City. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
I told my friend about Olmsted Plumbing, and boy, was she happy.
What did she have to say?
I told her to call 245-7302, and they would get right out there.
And did she say she would
I told her to ask around. Homeowners, builders, and everybody likes Olmsted. Eric and Chad Olmsted and their team understand the homeowners' needs, and I like that.
They have an inventory of replacement parts and specialized equipment and tools for any job.
I told her that, too.
Well, what was that number again?
245-7302. That's 245.
Yeah, I got it. 245-7302. Olmsted Plumbing. 7:30. Now let's head toward the Cherry Mountain Fire District and get a report from Sue Price. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Jim.
You feeling good?
I am. Hope you are.
Yes.
Nice morning over here. I got 68 degrees, so it's going to be a warm day. We just got couldn't hardly call it a sprinkle of rain yesterday, but that was okay. The guys were here mowing the grass, hay for. I think he got it all mowed, so I hope it don't get too wet in the coming days till they can get it up. Well, let's see. I didn't have any calls from the fire department. I have one birthday on my church calendar for Bobby Bumgarner, and on my personal calendar I've got Mitzi Price, so I hope they'll both have a good day today. Fairview has Hunter Supton, and First Sprout doesn't have a birthday or anniversary today. In my announcements, the Ellenboro Women's Club is taking orders for baked goods. Pickup day will be June 29th, beginning at 4 p.m. To order or for more information, you can call Carol at 453-7768 or Jane at 245-2008, and they'll be glad to help you with that. And so far, that's the only announcement I have. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day. I hope you'll have one, Jim.
Thanks very much, Sue. Enjoy yours, too, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
And Jerry Mountain, nice and quiet over there. Let's see, we need to get that muffler fixed, muffler and exhaust system. Don't know who to turn to. Well, let me recommend Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. Yep, they've opened over there in Forest City, and boy, did they bring on an expert to do the job. Jerry Benfield is the man to do the work for you at Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. Jerry has over 16 years experience, and if you want it done right, bring your automobile to Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. If it has to be done with mufflers or exhaust systems, don't guess at it. Let Jerry do it right the first time. They're in the building right across from Staley Pallets there, West Main Street, Forest City, just a couple of doors up from Southern Carpet. And they're open convenient hours, Monday through Friday from 8 until 5. And remember the name, Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. Need to get that. If you think you got a problem with that exhaust system, don't put that off. That could be a dangerous thing. So get those mufflers and exhaust systems fixed, and let Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System do it. Jerry Benfield is the man. All right, let's see where we are. We're going over to State Union Mills, I believe. Let me see if Brenda Kelly's one ring-a-ding, two ring-a-dings. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this terrific Tuesday?
I'm terrific.
I'm glad to hear that. It's a little bit cloudy, but that's all right. We didn't get no rain here, so
Did you not?
Must not be paying Brother Ernie enough.
Well, he would probably agree with that.
You think so?
I've never seen a rural pastor, country preacher, rural pastor that was ever paid enough.
No, that they're not. It's a big responsibility. I'm going to tell you. I know. They have deacons, and the deacons are supposed to help the pastor. I don't know if the deacons realize that or not, but because the pastor can't always be everywhere at one time.
That's right.
And so somebody made the remark in church Sunday or in the Sunday school class, said, won't know if he'd been to visit somebody, and I said, well, I don't know. Well, ain't that what we pay him for? And I thought, well, we got two deacons that live right here in the community. This man lives 45 miles away.
Yeah, they expect a lot of stuff out of a pastor, and they're not willing to do it themselves.
That's right. So I didn't pursue that anymore. I just said, well, I don't know, But I've done been out and about this morning. I had to go to Rupton and take my nephew to work. And when you come down 221, it's 55 miles an hour till you get right there where the intersection of, I think it's Lauren Mill Road and Ellenberg's Garage and all that, and it changes to 45. And then it's 45 all the way down to just before you get to Mountain Creek Road, and it goes back to 55, and it goes back to 45, and then it goes to 35. Well, I was coming down through there, just past the Gilkey Service Center, and there was a truck behind me, and right on my bumper. I couldn't see nothing but just part of his bumper and the headlights and rearview mirror, and I don't like that. I told my nephew, I said I was slamming the brakes on, but I didn't. So we went on. Well, he went around me like a bat out of a whirlwind. I said, I wish there was a highway patrolman here and give you a ticket. Well, we went on down the road and we got there at the school, and there was a line of cars behind me. Now, I'm doing the speed limit now. You know, I tried to observe the speed limit signs that are there for a reason, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a truck behind me, then there's another truck behind him, and we got down there. I don't know if you know where that chiropractic place is on the left going down. If you come
Yes,
up.
I do. Uh-huh.
And right across there, there's a pull-off
Yeah.
in front of it. Well, the highway patrolman sits there all the time. And I got down there and I said, well, there's a highway patrolman. Well, about that time, that red truck decided he'd gonna pass. And he went around the truck in front of him and me, and I thought, oh, goody, he's gonna get a speeding ticket. And it wasn't just a minute. Here come his blue light.
Oh, yeah.
I was happy.
Well,
You know, it ain't right that they got speed limits and people in such a hurry. They want to do 75 and 80 down through there.
well,
So-
we live in that mentality. That wasn't meant for me. They're not going to catch me. That's the mentality a lot of folks live under.
But whoever that was got a warning or a ticket. I'm sure he got a ticket because the speed limit was 45, and he might have done been in the 35-mile-an-hour speed zone whenever the patrolman actually stopped him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
It gets slower when you get down to RS Central High School. It gets really slow there.
yeah, and he couldn't see the patrolman because of my car and the truck behind me.
Oh, yeah.
It blocked his, you know, but when he got in front of me and he looked back in his rearview mirror, I'm sure he hit the brakes immediately. He seen that patrolman. Too late then. But anyway, we're having a good day today.
Good.
I've got 66 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays on my Ruatan calendar. On Round Hill, I've got Hugh Nanny's birthday, and I don't have any on Macedonia. So we hope Hugh has a great old big day on his special day. I don't have any announcements. Don't know of anything going on.
Okay. All righty.
And I was glad to hear Luther yesterday.
Yeah, it's good to have him back. He seems to be recouped quite well.
Yeah, I'm glad. He's had a rough go of it ever since right after Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, for them not to be able to come up with what it was wrong with him. I mean, it's amazing.
And you know, people all the time talk about the local hospital. Well, they ain't no good, and they didn't do this and couldn't do that. Well, he went to Spartanburg. I think that's where he was at. I don't know. It was supposed to be one of the best around, and they don't know what was caused his problem.
Right.
So, you just don't know.
They don't always know the answer. It's just
That's exactly right. But I'm glad we've got a hospital because sometimes I need it.
yeah. We got a good one over there.
Yeah.
Somebody's always going to have a complaint about something, but
oh yeah,
overall it's got a good rating.
That's right.
I'm proud to have them here.
I am too. I'd hate to not have one.
Yeah. Brenda, you enjoy your terrific Tuesday.
I am, and you have a good one. We'll talk to you another time.
I'll see you then. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
39 past 7 o'clock here on this Call Around News Report on WCAB.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We
love our McCurry Deck GMC.
We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Hot temperatures on the highway can be brutal on your automobile. RS Speedy Lube is there to help keep your automobile running clean. Keep the oil changed regularly. They'll check the fluids and vacuum the car. Next door, get the service you need on brakes, radiator, exhaust, CV joints, and radiator flush. RS Service Center also includes service on big trucks and campers. For the best car wash, it's the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash. RS Speedy Lube Service Center is a complete service center inside, outside, and down under Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton.
We congratulate all those folks who have now walked across the stage and got their diploma and those fancy hats and gowns. So we congratulate all of you, and for the parents and grandparents who struggled to see that they got to that point, congratulations to you as well, because it indeed is a partnership between parents, grandparents, and guardians, legal guardians over their children to make sure they get the education they want and should get. And watching them walk across the stage is thrilling, and it's rewarding. So we're proud of you, parents, grandparents. We're proud of you for making it happen for them, and students, we're proud of you for succeeding in that goal. Now go and make a great life for yourself. Now Herman Jones down in Cliffside's on the phone. Let's see what he's up to this morning. Herman, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jim.
You doing okay?
Oh, yes, yeah. Feeling good. Done had my breakfast.
What'd you have this morning?
Cereal.
Yeah.
That's about as good a thing as I can fix.
Rice Krispies, Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Yep. Cheerios.
Cheerios. I like Cheerios.
Yep. I thought I had to have an egg and something to go with it, but I learned when I had to go to fixing my own, cereal was just as good.
The cereal's good.
Yep.
I'm munching.
Let's see, Jim, it's quiet down here. I don't know of anything out of the ordinary that's going on. Don't even have a birthday.
Birthday's sort of slim today. Today is the 13th.
13th all day long, and I don't know, it just seemed like the birthdays have been kind of slim this month.
Yep, I agree with you. It's slim today as well.
Yep.
Well, listen, you go to the senior center and straighten those folks out, and we'll check in with you next time.
Jim, I've tried. I can't do nothing to that bunch up there.
Well,
I believe they got old and set in their ways.
That happens.
It's a good group. We have a good time.
Good. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, Jim.
All right, see you, Herman.
All right.
Bye-bye. And we'll get down to Ellenboro and find out what's been happening with the newly recuperating Luther Gilligan.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style of furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Well, now let's turn our attention to the recuperating Luther Gilligan in Ellenboro. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, too. It's a nice day down here.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
You sleeping good at night now?
Yes. Sir?
You sleeping good at night?
Oh, doing great.
Yeah, good.
Doing great. It's quiet there. Not a whole lot going on this morning. Part of part were rather busy yesterday, but they're quiet this morning. They had a structure fire on Bridge Road yesterday, and appreciate Forest City and Boston backing them up on that. And then they had a tree down over on Beaver Hollow Road, and they had a fire alarm back here on Main Street. But they settled down. They're quiet this morning. Not a whole lot else going on. But one week's happy birthday this, see, Ricky Jenkins is having a birthday today, and also Happy White's having one. And Jerry Hill and Emma Green, she's having a birthday today. So hope these people have a great day to enjoy their day. Nothing else going on, Jim. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, I appreciate it. It's good to talk to you, and I'll see you next time.
All right, take care now.
Bye. That's Luther there in Ellenboro, and it's time for birthdays and anniversaries for the 13th of June. It's sort of not many people celebrating, apparently. So if you are celebrating or know someone that is, call their birthday into us now, and we'll put them in the drawing for the cake from Granny B's. Birthdays, anniversaries for 13th of June, 287-3356. And those cakes are delicious, coming from Granny B's. And if you want a special cake made for whatever special occasion there happens to be in your life, order a cake from Granny B's. Come by and talk with her, or give her a call. And the phone number over there is 286-9012, and talk with her about those delicious cakes for whatever celebration you've got going on.
Reaching 10 counties from the county seat of Rutherford. This is the Mighty 590 WCAB, Rutherfordton.
We can't all be home in time to catch the 6 o'clock news. That's why this station is a member of the News 13 Radio Simulcast Network. Every weeknight at 6, you can get all the day's news, sports, and your exclusive Weather Scan 13 forecast from Western North Carolina's home for news, News 13 WLOS. And you don't need a TV. Just tune into the home of country music at its best. WCAB, your News 13 Radio Simulcast Network station.
Happy birthday. Well, we'll wish all the folks, we'll get that list from Todd here in just a few moments. Nobody on the birthday calendar that I have in the studio this morning, nobody celebrating there. And we've got Nancy Hill and Brenda Cordell. I don't know where these folks live, but Nancy Hill is having a birthday, so is Brenda Cordell. So those two people will be in the drawing. One of them's going to win a cake from Granny B's, and we'll find out who's going to be that cake winner in just a moment.
La Fontaine gives us the delightful fable of the acorn and the pumpkin. One day a man was walking through the woods praying and meditating on the goodness of God. He looked up and noticed a great big oak tree with a tiny acorn hanging from one of its branches. Then he looked down and saw a great big pumpkin growing at the end of a tiny little stem. In his mind, he protested the work of the Creator. He would have put the large pumpkin on the big tree and the little acorn on the tiny stem. Then the man decided to take a rest, so he lay down underneath the oak tree and fell asleep. Now as fate would have it, a tiny acorn fell off the tree and hit the man in the nose, waking him up and causing him to cry out in pain. Then he realized it. Suppose things were the way I wanted them. Suppose the pumpkin was up there in the tree instead of the acorn. I would probably be dead. And they say that the man walked away with a greater faith in God, saying to himself, whatever God does well. There are times in our lives when things are not going the way we would like them to go. We cry out, it's all wrong, it's stupid, it shouldn't be happening this way. At times like these, we need to remember that whatever God does well. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for today's Key to Confident Living are now available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
And congratulations, Brenda Cordell is the winner of the cake this morning from Granny B's. Brenda Cordell is our lucky winner this morning. We'll have a certificate right here to pick up. Take over to Granny B's and enjoy that cake. Andrew Tisdale's going to be in here in a few minutes, talk about what we can do with our money. That's a smart thing to do.
WCAB News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Is the president considering firing special counsel Robert Mueller, who is heading the Russian probe? Correspondent Major Garrett takes a look at the claim.
I think he's weighing that option.
Conservative media mogul Christopher Ruddy, a friend of the president, breathed life into rumors that Mr. Trump was thinking about firing special counsel Robert Mueller.
I think he's considering perhaps terminating the special counsel.
Ruddy was reported to have been at the White House Monday, but in a statement, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said Mr. Ruddy never spoke to the president regarding this issue.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions appears later today before the Senate Intelligence Committee, the same panel that heard from former FBI Director James Comey last week. Senators from both parties want to know more about Sessions' involvement in Comey's firing. CBS News White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy has more.
The White House hasn't said whether Jeff Sessions will assert any kind of privilege and refuse to answer senators' questions. Last week, members of both parties were frustrated when their questions to key members of the intelligence community went unanswered. Dan Coates, the director of national intelligence, said it would be inappropriate to share what he had discussed with Mr. Trump, but he couldn't cite a legal basis for his refusal to talk about it.
After months of hearings amid complaints that some students were wearing Confederate symbols to harass or intimidate classmates, the Orange County School Board approved a revision to the school system's dress code policy. The last sentence was a sore area for some, like parent Tracy Sewell.
Likely to cause a disruption, a reasonable forecast of disruption. That doesn't make sense because that's essentially the policy we have now.
Police in Charlotte have identified a man found shot to death in a wrecked car. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police say that 32-year-old Cornell Bridges was found dead in the car shortly after 7 p.m. Monday. You're listening to NCN News.
Employers, if you're looking to fill open positions, NCJobsNow.com with its powerful statewide ad campaign can reach applicants all across North Carolina. And there's more good news. NCJobsNow.com has lower rates on single listings, plus an introductory offer that makes NCJobsNow.com the most cost-efficient way to advertise your job openings. For larger employers, plans are available that enable you to post all your job openings. For more details, go to NCJobsNow.com. That's NCJobsNow.com.
Get ready for a totally new type of museum experience at the North Carolina Museum of History's groundbreaking new exhibit, North Carolina and World War I. Wind your way through a life-size trench system with 8-foot walls, a reproduction field hospital, floor-to-ceiling murals, historic film footage and interactive video, plus over 500 artifacts on display. Don't miss your chance to step into the shoes of a Tar Heel soldier from 100 years ago. It's free and now open at the North Carolina Museum of History in downtown Raleigh.
Democratic Governor Roy Cooper said Monday he wants new maps drawn this month and elections under those maps held before next year's legislative session. The voters who challenge the current boundaries want elections under new maps this fall. Dozens of demonstrators gathered at the legislative building yesterday to ask for more immediate action. Demonstrator Bob Finch tells ABC 11 in Durham about what the impact of the redistricting has on him.
I used to be in the old 2nd Congressional District where a Democrat had opportunity to get elected. Right now, according to Mark Walker, who's representative in Congress, my vote really doesn't matter because he won by 67% of the vote.
More brick and mortar retailers are feeling the pinch from online competition. CBS News' Vicki Barker has the latest.
This time it's Ascena Retail Group, parent company of Ann Taylor, Lane Bryant, Dress Barn, and Loft, among other brands. It says it's closing more than 600 locations in the next 2 years, following a lead already set by Macy's, Sears, JCPenney, Payless Shoe Source, and Gymboree. Americans forsaking the mall to shop online at an accelerating rate. Ascena's third quarter profit fell from $30 million last year to below $10 million this. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
From Greensboro, CBS News correspondent Jim Krasula has the story of a new and unusual historical marker.
A historical marker has been erected in Battleboro, North Carolina, in honor of a slave who killed his master, as well as the lawyer whose arguments spared him the death penalty. The marker remembers the actions of a slave named Will in 1834 as a, quote, simple act of resistance to slavery. The slave and his master got into a confrontation over a handmade hoe. The master shot the slave, who then killed the man with a knife. Lawyer Bartholomew Moore got Will's murder charge reduced to manslaughter, arguing that even slaves had a right to self-defense. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
Reaching 10 counties with the best variety of entertainment and information. This is AM 590, the mighty 590, WCAB.
News. I'm Sherry Preston. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is set to become the latest person to testify before the Senate Intelligence Committee. ABC's Mary Bruce is inside the hearing room on Capitol Hill.
This is his first appearance before a Senate panel since becoming Attorney General, and it is going to be a high-stakes spotlight for Sessions. But this is one that he welcomed. He specifically offered to appear before this panel so that he could address these mounting questions about Russia. And he wanted to do it here, in this room, in this panel, before the American people.
Sessions was forced to recuse himself from the Russia investigation after failing to disclose 2 meetings with a Russian ambassador ahead of his confirmation hearing. Not so fast. The White House is responding to reports that President Trump is considering firing Special Counsel Robert Mueller.
The White House is pushing back. A senior aide telling ABC there are no private conversations taking place about firing Robert Mueller, despite a longtime friend of President Trump saying exactly that. Chris Ruddy, CEO of Newsmax and an ABC News contributor, dropped that bombshell Monday night. An administration spokeswoman says Ruddy speaks for himself. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Press Secretary Sean Spicer says Ruddy never spoke to the president and is not authorized to represent him on this topic. The president is headed to Wisconsin later today, along with daughter Ivanka, for an event on jobs training in Waukesha. The jury in the Bill Cosby sex assault case head back to work today after 4 hours of deliberations last night.
Cosby is facing 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. If convicted, he'd face up to 10 years in prison. And outside the courtroom, there are broader issues at play. Sexual assault survivor groups say they regularly see men of power go free despite evidence. If one of the most beloved men of the 20th century can be held accountable, they say it will send a powerful message. But they also claim ruefully that it took more than 50 accusers before he was even this close to going behind bars.
ABC's Brad Milkey at the courthouse. You're listening to ABC News.
Let's talk about sleep. You need it to function every day, and a good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where My Pillow comes in. You've heard everyone talking about it. If you're having trouble sleeping, tossing and turning, waking up with neck pain sounds familiar, right? Well, My Pillow may be the answer. My Pillow is made from patented material that will adjust to your individual needs regardless of your sleep position. It won't go flat and it stays cool because, who doesn't want a cool pillow, right? And it comes with a 10-year warranty. Just go to MyPillow.com, click the Radio Listener Special tab, and use promo code SKY to get 2 premium king or queen pillows and 2 additional Go Anywhere travel pillows, all for 50% off and free shipping. That's MyPillow.com, promo code SKY, S-K-Y, or call 1-800-635-1825. 1-800-635-1825. Better sleep starts with My Pillow.
A manhunt underway in Oklahoma where 4 inmates broke out of jail using an escape route that has already been successful before.
The inmates escaped from the Logan County Jail northeast of Oklahoma City by slipping through a hole in an air conditioning vent. One of them, Jeremy Irvin, was held on a first-degree murder charge, but Sheriff Charlie Doherty says 3 out of the 4, I'm going to say, are extremely dangerous people. Doherty says the men stole 2 pickup trucks after their escape, including the one owned by Kenya Lewis. She's furious that this is the second time in 4 months that a breakout has happened in exactly the same way.
They need to do something about that.
Jim Ryan, ABC News.
If you're looking for a new SUV, disappointing reports on safety. ABC's Andy Field has more from Washington.
Insurance Institute's Matthew Brumbelow said most of the mid-size SUVs tested did a poor job lighting up the road, but one had the toughest time.
The Kia Sorento is one of the worst performers for visibility. The low beams on the Sorento only allow a driver to see 148 feet on the right side of a straightaway.
The 2017 Volvo XC60 and Hyundai Santa Fe were the only tested SUVs with good rated headlights. Andy Field, ABC News.
A convenient excuse for a woman in Wyoming caught shoplifting at a Walmart. The 23-year-old faces 3 felony charges for allegedly trying to walk out with $1,900 worth of stuff. The college student told police officers she's studying kleptomania for a term paper. Nice. This is ABC News.
It's an era of politics like we've never seen before. I'm ABC News Chief White House Correspondent Jonathan Karl. Join me on my podcast, Powerhouse Politics. We go beyond the headlines of the day with in-depth interviews talking to the people shaping our political landscape. And of course, we leave room for the ABC reporters on the front lines. It's Powerhouse Politics with me, Jonathan Karl. Check it out on iTunes or abcnewspodcast.com.
I'm Sherry Preston.
A new restaurant is now open in Spindale. Old Town Eatery, now in the old Spindale Restaurant Building. Old Town Eatery is cooking up delicious plates just for you. They offer salads, sandwiches, burgers, seafood, steaks cooked to perfection, along with your favorite sides and vegetables. Open 11 until 9 every day. Call 828-286-2282. Remember that name, Old Town Eatery. That's Old Town Eatery on West Main Street in Spindale.
We should see a mix of clouds and some sun around the area today, and there may be a couple of isolated to widely scattered thunder showers, mainly during the afternoon and especially toward the foothills areas. Highs will reach about 85 to 90. Tonight we'll have a slight chance of an evening shower. After that, partly cloudy and muggy. Then partly sunny on Wednesday, a little hotter overall tomorrow, and we'll have a small chance of a shower or gusty storm in the afternoon. Highs tomorrow 87 to 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Well, the sun is up and it's shining here beautifully here in the foothills of the Carolinas. Right now 69, warming up to about 88 for our daytime high. And there is an anticipation of an afternoon shower, scattered shower, maybe some possible thunder in that shower activity. Kind of like it popped up in some places yesterday. We may get some more of that today. Matter of fact, it's in the forecast every day this week, all the way through, as far as we can see. There is that chance of an afternoon scattered thunderstorm. But nothing major in that. Just pop up, it goes away. Right now we're experiencing sun and 69 degrees here at WCAB in Rutherfordton. 69 degrees. Congratulations to Brenda Cordell. Brenda won the cake this morning. We're happy to announce that she is the winner of that cake. And it's Tuesday morning, ladies and gentlemen. That means it's set aside for Andrew Tisdale Day here in the Blue Room. Representative there for Edward Jones, and he's here on Tuesday mornings to talk sense to us. Good morning, sir.
Morning. It's a privilege to have a day.
Yes, it is. Isn't it?
Or 5 minutes, whichever happens first.
Well, you always talk sense.
In more ways than one.
Yes, absolutely.
That's right.
He's with Edward Jones, and we'll turn the program over to you, Mr. Tisdale.
Well, thank you, Jim. I certainly appreciate it. We have a big day coming up. It's Father's Day. A lot of the ladies out there probably understand the conflict of buying gifts for men. They always say that it is probably one of the biggest chores they have of the year. So I want to give you some ideas today, and this kind of goes maybe against the grain a little bit, where you're talking about saving money or how to invest wisely, but I want to show you some outside the box thinking that could be some great gifts for your father. One, think about a 529 plan. Well, what do you mean by that? The 529 plans are for college kids fixing to go to college. Yes, that's kind of the main avenue of it. However, you could use that. For example, if your dad or your husband's fixing to retire and they need to have some kind of hobby they need to learn about, you could actually start a 529 plan to put aside some money so that when they do get to that retirement point, they could go to a 2-year college and maybe learn auto body, anthropology, photographing, anything that is in a higher education setting. Those funds can be used and they can earn interest tax-free for them to be able to use. That's thinking ahead, thinking outside the box, and it gives them something when they are retired and ready to take on other hobbies to maybe get them out of the house. Here's another idea. One is, what if they have a long-term goal? You know that they may have an idea that in the next 10 years they want to travel somewhere, or they've had a trip on their bucket list for a long time, they just haven't got to be able to do that. You could possibly purchase a bond for them, and in that bond, yes, it'll pay you just a certain amount yearly, 2 times a year, maybe 3 times a year, but in 10 years that entire principal will come back. So they could use that earning to actually put back to save for the trip, and then in that 10 years you got your principal back. It is a very safe investment. It earns more than it would in a bank account, and it gives the idea that I have something I'm working for in the future. Another trip, or to buy a new car, or maybe a hobby car, like a classic car that they could work on. And finally, you may want to help them plan their legacy. Although your father may be interested in what sort of legacy he leaves, he may not yet have taken many of the steps in that area. In particular, he may not have created an estate plan. Maybe consider giving your father some resources on estate planning, or even articles. But better yet, maybe set him up with a financial professional so that he can take the steps with him and show him the value in this for you and him at the time comes. Father's Day is just a very blimp on the calendar, but by giving them some valuable gifts outside the box, it can actually not just brighten his day on Sunday, but for future days ahead.
I like the way you talk. I like that idea. It's a great idea.
Thank you. That's not my southern language, is it?
Edward Jones is where Andrew's located, and that's at 173 Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton. And the phone number is 287-9197, or you can reach him on the email is andrew.tisdale@edwardjones.com.
That's great. Now, you can't get coffee by emailing, but
you come by, you get coffee, right?
you get coffee.
Now, if somebody who's never, ever invested in anything, you're welcome to come by so you can answer all the questions about some people are nervous about doing it for the first time. Could you help them walk through that process?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll never forget, and since it's Father's Day, I'll talk about my dad and something he did for me. I was about 18 years old, and he encouraged me to go talk to his financial advisor in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and he set me down, and I was young. I didn't have much. I'd worked hard cutting grass and saved a little bit, and I was probably the smallest fish in his radar, or probably wasn't even on his radar, but he took the time. He sat down with me. My dad was by my side, took the time, and showed me the benefits of getting started. And it's never too late. It's never too late. Any penny that you save is a seed that's planted that's going to grow more pennies and dollars later on. I think everybody needs the opportunity, everybody. And if it wasn't for my dad and it wasn't for his financial advisor at that time, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah, it's good words. All right, Mr. Andrew Tisdale, financial advisor with Edward Jones. We look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
I'll be back in just a moment.
Reaching 10 counties with the best variety of entertainment and information. This is AM 590, the mighty 590, WCAB.
Dr. Josh Edgerton is the newest addition to Rutherford Surgical Associates. Dr. Edgerton is highly trained in performing laparoscopies, endoscopies, reflux surgeries, vein closure, and other surgeries. Rutherford Surgical Associates is located at 330 Highway 108, just around the corner from Rutherford Regional Medical Center. For more information about Rutherford Surgical Associates and Dr. Edgerton, call 828-286-1743 or visit myrutherfordregional.com/general surgery.
We're looking at stories from here and there this morning as we scan other sources of news being reported. The Daily Courier is one of those sources we turn to, and they're showing that local high schools have been holding graduation. They have pictures of seniors walking across the field there. At RS Central hold their 91st commencement, and 145 East seniors receive diplomas, and others. The other schools have all had graduation. I think it's all behind us now, except maybe, I'm not sure. It seems like all of them have finished, except maybe The Rock. Have they finished already? I'm not sure. So we congratulate them all. And wherever you're going, whatever you're going to do, make the best of it, and decide right now, graduating class, decide right now that you're going to make something out of yourself, in addition to what you've already become. The story, the 12-year-old boy reported a house fire Monday morning in Ellenboro. 3 young brothers were in their Ellenboro home on Bridge Road at 11:10 a.m. Monday when the smoke detector went off. Avery Russell, 12, called 911, and when asked what his emergency was, Avery said he told the operator, "My kitchen is on fire." Avery, his little brother Landon Joyce, 7, and their older brother Hayden Joyce, 15, ran about 50 yards before sitting down in the grass with their dog, Buster. From there, they watched firefighters roll up to their wood frame house as firefighters began the task of getting the fire knocked down. When firefighters arrived, there was heavy smoke showing and flames from the attic and roof. The house was consumed with smoke and fire and declared a total loss. Then the brothers and their 3 dogs were safe outside. Their mother, Kelly Joyce, arrived on the scene from her job at Fairhaven in Forest City and consoled her children. She, too, wept as she picked Landon up and carried him across the yard. "You're safe," she said. "You're safe." And what a great feeling that was for the mother. With tears streaming down her face, she said she was on the telephone to her sons at the time the smoke detector sounded. I asked them where they were, and they said at home, and the noise was the fire alarm, and the kitchen was on fire. Anthony Joyce, their dad, also arrived from work a short time later. Ellenboro Assistant Fire Chief Robbie Downey said the fire appears to have started in the kitchen area, but the brothers were not cooking on the stove. Their grandmother, who lives next door, said the boys had McDonald's for breakfast and hadn't used the stove. It was a total loss, according to the fire department. Forest City Fire and Rescue and Bostic Fire fighters assisted Ellenboro in this. They really enjoyed, really needed the help, and they were glad to get it from supporting areas. Daily Courier is also reporting with about the WCAB listeners choosing the Teacher of the Year picture there with the recipient, Holly Toney, and Principal Jason Bird there at Pinnacle School, and a story about how that Teacher of the Year was chosen. So we congratulate Holly again. Other stories from around the area. A North Carolina soldier died in a crash during his drive back from visiting his wife. Charges are not expected in a head-on crash that killed a Fort Bragg soldier Sunday, according to the Highway Patrol. Joshua Scott Piotrowski, 24, of the 82nd Airborne Division, was driving home from visiting his wife in Charlotte when the accident happened at about 6:30, according to troopers. Piotrowski was driving north on US 401 in Hoke County when the 2014 Ford Fusion he was driving crossed the center lane and hit a 2011 Hyundai Sonata driven by a 52-year-old Fayetteville man. The other driver was airlifted to a hospital where he remains. His condition was not clear. Piotrowski, originally from Black Mountain, was an infantryman assigned to headquarters at Headquarters Company 1st Battalion, 325th Airborne Infantry Regiment, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 82nd Airborne Division, according to the U.S. Army officials. Piotrowski joined the Army in May of 2015. After training at Fort Benning, Georgia, was assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division in November. Alcohol and speed are not believed to have been factors in the wreck. Well, the Clemson Tigers got to go to the White House and visit with the president. President Donald Trump is honoring the Clemson University's champion football team, calling its victory a title for the ages. The Clemson Tigers won the national championship in January with a thrilling 35-31 victory over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Trump says it was one of the greatest games he ever watched. He shook hands with star quarterback Deshaun Watson and receiver Hunter Renfrow, who caught the winning touchdown with 1 second remaining. Trump told Renfrow, "You're so lucky you caught that ball." Trump was joined by a large contingent of Clemson fans on the South Lawn, along with South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster and members of the state's congressional delegation. And they don't know how many of them protested going in, I don't know, but well, an argument over social media messages in Statesville ended up with a man being shot twice and his girlfriend charged with assault. According to the Iredell County Sheriff's Office, the victim and his girlfriend had been drinking and hanging out with friends Saturday night before the shooting erupted, according to the office said in a statement. Social media messages sent or received led to an extended argument until the girlfriend picked up a gun and shot victim Steve Adams twice, it says. Adams was taken to the hospital with what authorities call non-life-threatening injuries. Hazel Leonard Hodge, 41, who lives in the home, was charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury. She was held without bond until she appears before a judge. Notice the operative word there was they were drunk. Well, school officials over in Cabarrus County banned a honor roll student from graduation ceremonies over the weekend because she wore an off-the-shoulder top to school one day and bristled when the principal ordered her to change it. The story of Summer Bond's dress code violation at Hickory Ridge High School in Harrisburg went viral after the teen spoke last month with WCNC-TV. BuzzFeed, News, Huffington Post, Teen Vogue magazine, and other outlets quickly spread Summer's account on social media, drawing reaction of mostly outrage and disbelief. Okay, so this young lady, an honor student with multiple scholarships, got suspended basically for the rest of her senior year because of this, one Buzz News feeder said. Bullying a huge issue, Hickory Ridge student said on Google Reviews. Summer told WCNC-TV that she was eating lunch when the principal approached her in the cafeteria, asking if she had a jacket to cover her top. She didn't, so she borrowed one from a classmate and put it on. The principal ordered her to the school's control room. When she told Summer her back was still completely exposed, and Summer replied that she thought her shirt was fine. Summer said she and the principal had other issues during her 4 years, and the relationship turned so bad that her mother instructed school administrators to call her before taking any disciplinary action against her daughter. school system has declined to discuss Summers' case, citing student privacy. So they don't know. She's wore a top they didn't like, I guess. So they're not going to let her graduate with the class, although she is an honor student. 20 minutes after 8 o'clock here on WCAB's. Got special guests coming in this morning at 8:35 to talk about a project I want you to know more about. Right now, though, let's hear this.
Hi, this is Rhonda with Smith Strubs of Forest City. I have recently moved over to Home Medical Supply after 8 years of service in the Fountain. I now can help you with your diabetic shoe needs, mastectomy products, and all other home medical supplies. Please call or come by and see me at 139 East Main Street in Forest City or call area code 828-245-4591. Thank you.
More and more people are recognizing that it is a sensible, smart thing to do to save money when you buy groceries. You know, a lot of those major grocery stores, they hike the prices up, put them on fancy displays and hike the prices up. Well, you don't get into that at Jay's Discount Grocery. What you get, name brand food at discount prices. They also have fresh fruits and vegetables available every Monday, Thursday, and Friday. They have top choice meats cut fresh daily. Enjoy fresh cut steaks, roast, pork chops, cube steaks, and much more. And they're open over there Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, and Fridays, 8 to 8. And they're ready and able to serve you, and every item on every shelf, on every aisle, every day is discounted. Why pay more than you have to? Go to Jay's Discount Grocery and save. Sheriff Chris Francis was on with me earlier this morning, gave me the report from his department, and here it is.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 150 calls for service. There have been 16 arrests processed at county jail. Total incarcerated is 196. Among those arrested by the Sheriff's Office, Heather Nicole Whitener, 35-year-old white female of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $1,000 secure bond. Dolores Johnson, 42-year-old white female of Rutherford, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $1,000 secure bond. Rodney Tevis Boykins, a 39-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with 3 counts of failure to appear and received a $30,000 secure bond. James Edward Norton, 24-year-old white male of Rutherford, was charged with assault on a female and communicating threats and failure to appear, received $2,000 secure bond for the failure to appear, and will go before a judge for the assault on a female and communicating threats charges. Johnny Harrison Bradley, 70-year-old white male of Morrisboro, was charged with communicating threats, received a written promise to appear. Ronald Zachary Rhodes, 23-year-old white male of Ellenboro, was charged with assault on a female. He will see a district court judge for bond. Ryan Clifford Gilmore, 39-year-old white male of Rutherford, was charged with larceny and received a $1,000 secure bond. Among the incidents, we had larceny from a vehicle, US 221A, Morrisboro. A woman's pocketbook or wallet was taken with debit cards and IDs. Insane. We also had a break-in and enter in larceny on Porch Ford Road in Ruston, where football pads and equipment were taken back at $200, a diamond wedding set with a square-cut diamond valued at $350, electronic fireplace heater, mini fridge valued at $60, and some shot glasses were taken in that instant. Later, deputies followed a lead and located much of the items taken. They located the football pads, a mini fridge, a fireplace space heater, as well as some pocketbooks that were taken from that location that were not originally reported stolen. And those were returned to the owner, and the case is still under investigation. Jim, that's what we had to report this morning.
Thank you for making WCAB your radio station of choice for 50 years. Let's keep it going. Turn it up. We're AM 59 WCAB.
Take a little pause for the calls and update you on some sports news, and then we have special guests in the Blue Room with me this morning. Stand by.
NCN Sports. I'm Josh Zach.
The road to redemption has brought the Warriors back home. The Golden State Warriors are the 2017 NBA champions.
Tim Roy with the call on the Warriors Radio Network as Golden State beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 129-120 in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Kevin Durant had 39 points. Steph Curry added 34 to help the Warriors overcome LeBron James' game-high 41.
For the whole Bay Area that supported us, world champs again, crazy. Enjoy every minute of it.
This was the first time, by the way, a San Francisco Bay Area team won a championship at home since the Oakland A's did it in 1974. J.J. Schwartz hit a towering two-run homer, and Tyler Dyson followed with 5 scoreless innings of relief as Florida beat Wake Forest 3-0 last night to earn a final spot in the College World Series. Deeks coach Tom Walter.
Dyson was the difference today. He kept coming after us. He made pitch after pitch after pitch, and we just couldn't solve him. And then obviously we knew it was going to be tough to score off Singer and Fado.
The Gainesville Super Regional endured 4 weather delays totaling 9 hours, 55 minutes. Right-hander Alex Fredo tossed the final 2 innings for his first career save. Early in the game, it was announced he was selected by Detroit with the 18th overall pick in the Major League Draft. The MLB Draft last night, meanwhile, kicked off with the first 2 rounds, 75 picks. The first 2 North Carolinians that were selected came straight from high school. Whiteville High School pitcher Mackenzie Gore was the 3rd overall pick in round 1 by the San Diego Padres. He's the first top 5 pick drafted straight out of high school in North Carolina since Josh Hamilton in 1999. North Davidson High School outfielder Austin Beck from Lexington was selected by Oakland with the 6th overall selection. He has a decision to make as he's committed to play in college for North Carolina. This is NCN Sports.
Every day, you depend on hospitals and health systems to be there when you need them. Our state Certificate of Need law ensures healthcare services are distributed fairly across the state. But special interest groups say the law limits access. Want to know the facts? North Carolinians have better access to hospitals, surgery centers, and doctors than states without Certificate of Need. That's especially true in suburban and rural communities. Ask your elected officials to protect Certificate of Need and protect high-quality health care close to home. Message paid for by the North Carolina Hospital Association.
At Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, people ask us, what's the secret to your supremely good Southern fried chicken? It's no secret, it's Juicy Bird. What a great word, Juicy Bird. Sometimes I say it and it sounds absurd, Juicy Bird. Now, here it is, slurred, Juicy Bird. Say it without smiling, try it, and then taste it. And your mouth is going to smile too. Juicy Bird. Juicy Bird.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Carolina Panthers minicamp opens today, and Ron Rivera, admittedly optimistic when it comes to injuries, got ahead of himself. Cam Newton still recovering from surgery on a partially torn rotator cuff. He will not add throwing to his schedule this week. Last week, Rivera was asked if Newton would start throwing on the side during minicamp.
He's on schedule. He's had a good rehab program. I'm excited about what he's doing, and as we progress, you guys get an opportunity to see him.
Well, Rivera admits he got ahead of himself by 1 week. Former NBA forward Dennis Rodman has gone through customs at a Beijing airport and is making another trip to North Korea, his first since Donald Trump took office. Asked if he'd spoken with Trump about his trip, he said, well, I'm pretty sure he's pretty much happy with the fact I'm over here and trying to accomplish something that we both need, whatever that may be. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
When it comes to foot and ankle care, not all physicians are the same. While many can treat very simple conditions, only a very few can offer specialized care. For example, when choosing a foot and ankle physician, you'll want to ask if the physician has had more than the minimum level of training when diagnosing and treating your condition. Only very few physicians can say they've done extra research and studies on the complex challenges that foot and ankle care can present. Right here in Rutherford County, there's only one physician who can say he is a fellowship-trained foot and ankle surgeon. Dr. Jason Glover of Rutherford Orthopedics has completed additional training in Ohio and Illinois in order to offer a greater level of expertise in foot and ankle care than any other physician in this region. If you're suffering from foot and ankle pain from an injury or just getting older, call Dr. Jason Glover at 828-287-9260 for more information.
A Pocono win is a Blaney breakthrough.
It definitely is more surreal than I expected it.
Plus Johnson.
So now I'll go change my underwear and head home.
McMurray.
I went from trying not to panic to full-blown panic.
And a message from Dad.
Good job. Congrats. About time.
Mark Caro and PRN's Garage Pass.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-605-1682. 800-605-1682. 800-605-1682. That's 800-605-1682.
Ryan Blaney had come close to getting his first Monster Energy Cup Series win earlier this year with a runner-up in the Daytona 500 and after leading the most laps at Texas. But it was in the Pocono 400 the popular 23-year-old finally broke through in his 68th start.
It definitely is a little bit more surreal than I expected. It's so cool to do it with a great team as well, and this is what we've always wanted. So I got lucky to get opportunities to make it happen. It was so cool on the cool down lap to see everybody come up and give you a thumbs up or door you. That to me is so cool. Whether it's your best friend or your worst enemy, people you've had run-ins with, they're always they were congratulating me.
For the iconic Wood Brothers team, it was their 99th trip to victory lane and their first since Trevor Bayne scored an upset in the 2011 Daytona 500. It also meant the Wood Brothers had won at least one race in the last 6 decades. Literally within 2 or 3 seconds of each other, Jimmy Johnson and Jamie McMurray survived scary crashes after they lost their brakes going into turn 1 at over 200 miles per hour. Johnson was asked when his brake pedal went to the floor what went through his mind.
Just a huge ocean. You don't really go any further than that, but you're just like, wow, this is really going to hurt. And then it ended up being soft, so I was like, okay, I didn't expect that. You can't think about much, but ocean definitely goes through your mind. That one gets your attention. When you don't have control of the car like that, I just needed a second to sit down and catch my breath. So now I'll go change my underwear and head home.
The worst part for McMurray was that his car burst into flames.
The air conditioner hose that's on your helmet, it really restricts how you can move, and I was trying to get that off, but I couldn't. And then when I threw the steering wheel up on the dash, it actually bounced back and got my legs pinned, so I couldn't get out for a second. So I went from trying not to panic to full-blown panic trying to get out.
There's no one in the world quite like you. That's why your search for a car is more than just, the search for a car. It's about finding the perfect car for you, the right car to carry you on the journey to your dreams. At Auto Trader, you can compare new and used cars and save your searches along the way. Auto Trader will send you cars that match what you're looking for, and they'll even let you know when the price drops on a car you've saved. Auto Trader, the only car search engine driven by you.
Ryan's dad, Dave Blaney, is a former Cup driver, and after the checkered flag at Pocono, texted crew chief Jeremy Bullens, who then passed along what he said to Ryan.
Good job. Congrats. About time. About time? That's a typical Dave thing to say. Did he text you, I can't believe you didn't screw up? Give the win away?
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, brought to you by Autotrader.com.
Well, this happens often around the racetrack, but we hope it never happens to you. If it does, turn your problems over to the Collision Center at McCurry Deck, the preferred repair center. The Collision Center is the only body shop with a controlled downdraft booth. It's an approved insurance repair center. They repair all makes and all models. You have the right to go to the repair shop of your choice. Make it a good one. Make it the Collision Center at McCurry Deck, located behind McCurry Deck Motors, Highway 74A, Forest City.
We should see a mix of clouds and some sun around the area today, and there may be a couple of isolated to widely scattered thunder showers, mainly during the afternoon and especially toward the foothills areas. Highs will reach about 85 to 90. Tonight we'll have a slight chance of an evening shower. After that, partly cloudy and muggy. Then partly sunny on Wednesday, a little hotter overall tomorrow, and we'll have a small chance of a shower or gusty storm in the afternoon. Highs tomorrow 87 to 92. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
We're getting some beautiful sunshine this morning, and we're up to 71 already, going up to 88 for our daytime high with west wind about 5 miles per hour. And there's a slight chance of afternoon showers today and tonight. Matter of fact, the possibility is in our forecast all the way through the weekend, but one of those pop-up kind of some scattered shower activity. Maybe some thunder and some of in the afternoon. Maybe by like we had yesterday afternoon probably, but there's a 50 to 40% chance of it throughout the week, but looks like the weekend we may get through some, activities without being too bad. Right now, again, sunny skies and 71 degrees. And congratulations to Brenda Cordell. She won the cake this morning from Granny B's. I want to wish her a happy birthday. Well, with me in the Blue Room this morning, a couple of ladies I'd like to introduce you to tell you more about what they're doing. With me is Heidi Odom and Chrissy Muller. Heidi is the president of the Women's League, Rutherford Women's League, and I'll let her talk about that in just a few minutes. But Chrissy Muller is here also, and she's holding the microphone, so we'll let her talk first. Chrissy, good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you here. Now, we're here to talk about Team Jackson versus Men Won Cancer, the bat and ball benefit. Now, that sounds pretty impressive. What is that all about?
Well, this Friday night at the Owl Stadium, we are doing a fundraiser for Parker and Preston Jackson, two young men. Parker actually attends Chase High School, well, actually graduated from Chase High School, and Preston, he attends University of North Carolina, Charlotte. And we actually got to know the boys. Ashley Lowry, who is part of Women's League, she owns Rutherford County Family Dentistry. Their mother, Sharon, is the dental hygienist there. And every year, Women's League chooses, I guess you would say, how do we say, a person or organization to raise money for. Last year we did the Colby Jackson, the little boy who had cancer, and this year we chose Parker and Preston because Ashley, when she told us the story of how the situation for them, money was really hurting. It's hard. I mean, they have to fly to Texas to get treated for this Men Won Cancer. It's very rare. It's a genetic cancer. They both have the gene. So we just wanted to help the family. I mean, I know we all struggle every day with getting bills paid, but if you had to fly your children to see a doctor for being sick, those start to add up. So we got with the owner of the Owl Stadium, Phil Dangle, and asked him if he would help us out. And we are going to do the bat and boil. We will have from 5:30 to 7 Friday. We will have a shrimp broil, and tickets are $15. With that, you get to come to the game, which is great. If you've been to the Owl Stadium, they have the new perch deck out there now, which is so cool. And we're going to have the perch deck that night, and we're going to have tons of food, music from 5:30 to 7 before the game starts. And then you get to sit back and watch the game, which is a beautiful baseball park. We're new to this area, and we're amazed that you have something so nice as the Owl Stadium.
Well, welcome to the area.
Thank you.
It's a little bit most unusual for brothers to have this cancer, the same family, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's very, and actually their father also has it. Yes, so
and their other brother has tested positive for the gene.
Yes, their younger brother has tested positive for the gene as well. So this is big.
It's expensive enough when only one person in the family has sickness, and when the whole family is inflicted, it's really tough.
Right, and I think we've all been touched with some form of cancer, and we all know how those medical bills add up. But you get a whole family involved in it. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Is there a goal to how much you want to raise for this event?
Yes, we would like to raise $10,000 to give to the family. Mm-hmm. So we're almost there. We have been very lucky with, moving into this town. When I drove in the first time, I saw that small town friendly, and I thought, well, I think we can make it here, small town friendly. Well, sharing this fundraiser, I've realized, it's made me realize what small town friendly is. We've had some wonderful sponsors, a wonderful group of women who all have jobs and a million other things going on, but have worked really hard to raise money for this family.
Pass that microphone over to Heidi. Let's find out a little bit about the Rutherford Women's League. Heidi, you're the president of that organization, and they've got a great reputation in the community. Tell us a little bit more about what you do.
Well, it's just a group of women from Rutherfordton. It is titled Rutherford Women's League, but it's mostly just 28139 group of women, and we get together monthly. We do have social functions with our husbands, but we really try to help people in the community. We meet each month, and we raise money. We have a charity each month. the hostesses pick a charity throughout the community, and we all give to that. But then we also have our one big fundraiser in the spring or early summer each year for someone in need in the community. And it is amazing to see the community come together, the women come together, and we're looking forward to Friday night. I hope everyone can come out and join us, and we'll have donation boxes around if you just come to the game. I'm sure that we would accept anything would help this family and our community.
So this Friday, that's in addition to the regular admittance to the game, right?
Yes, the $15 tickets get you into the game, get you best seats in the stadium, and your dinner on the perch deck. Okay. The Low Country Boil will be the dinner on the perch deck.
Are there other ways folks can get involved if by chance Friday night is not a good night for them? Is there other ways they can help with this?
Yes, absolutely. We have a GoFundMe account set up where they can donate to that. And also, I've listed, we have a Facebook page set up, and we're going to have silent auction items there that night that people in the community have been nice enough to give for us to raise money. We have Bristol, Tennessee race tickets for the August night race, which is, that's where we're originally from. So in our town, that's a huge event and one of the best races. We have UT Tennessee football tickets that we're giving away, or not giving away, that we're auctioning off. We have a lake house in Lake Lure, North Carolina. We have preseason Panther football tickets, which we're really hoping will bring in a lot. And we also have a signed Tim Tebow picture that we will be auctioning off that night. So,
are these silent auctions, or will they be actually auctioned?
Well, no, it will be silent auction. If you come in, even if you just come to the baseball game that night and you don't want to, you come up to the perch deck and eat, you can still, we're going to be sitting out to where anybody who's at the game can bid on it. We'll give you a number, and it'll just be a silent auction bid.
Sounds exciting. It's like a lot of preparation has gone into this.
Chrissy has worked very hard, very
now,
hard.
This young couple now, do they have to travel a lot for their treatments? Do they have to travel outside the area?
Yes, they travel. These two boys travel to Houston, Texas. Actually, I think they even go this week. They travel pretty regularly because that's where they're treated and kept an eye on. I think that's the closest medical facility that knows how to treat men's one cancer.
Well, our hearts and prayers go out to this couple and the entire family, and hopefully this Friday night's going to work out really, very well. And if folks can come and just get caught up in the excitement of the game and the excitement of what's going on in that shrimp bowl, sounds absolutely great. You get involved and have a good time with you folks as well. It should be a good thing to do. Now, if they can't, you say they can go to GoFundMe and they'll make a donation?
Yes, and we have a Facebook page. If you just want to look up Women's League, we do have a Facebook page that tells all about the event.
Okay, good.
Team Jackson.
Team Jackson,
Team
yes.
Jackson is the Facebook.
It's a Facebook site, okay. Team Jackson.
Well, it sounds great, and I admire you folks for taking on this project, because a major project like this, you have to depend on the community to get behind you and support you in many ways, and without the support of Small-Town Friendly, it's not going to get done. So, anything else you want to say about Team Jackson? You covered the bases on all of it?
Right. It's just, I think it'll be a really fun night, and we would love for everybody in the community to come out. We would love to fill the Owl Stadium and show those boys what Small-Town Friendly is.
They will be there throwing out the first pitch.
Yeah, they will. Both the boys will be there that night. They're going to throw out the first pitch of the baseball game, and I just think it would be a great opportunity for us to show support for this family.
18 and 21.
18 and 21.
Wow.
Yes.
Crazy. Chrissy, thank you so much for being here. Heidi, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure to see you. Glad to meet you, and we hope this goes to be a great success.
Thank you.
Keep me posted on how it turns out.
We will. Thank you.
And I'll be back in just a moment.
Do you need a legal consultation regarding wills, real estate closings, or Medicaid planning, or just legal representation? Contact attorneys Geraldine Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. With years of experience and expertise, Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let this professional team go to work for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the help of Laura Hodge at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, you can get all your medicines synchronized. That promotes better compliance. No more trying to remember if you've taken this medicine or not. It takes the pressure off trying to remember what comes next. Ask about the RX Simplicity, or just tell them you want your medicine synchronized. Remember also, Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the place to get Dr. Comfort therapeutic footwear. You will be able to feel the difference. The Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the home of the Two Old Goats lotion for joint pain that's working so well for many people in this area. Stop in and ask about it today at Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, right beside the Napa store, Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton. Well, thank you for being a part of our audience this morning. Thank you for supporting Team Jackson. Just have become familiar with this, and I appreciate so much them reaching out and helping this family. It's Parker, 18, is a senior at Chase High School and will be attending Wingate University in the fall. His brother Preston, 21, is a business major at UNC Charlotte, and they both were diagnosed with the same pancreatic cancer, MN-1, as their father in 2016. MN-1 is a hereditary condition associated with tumors of the endocrine glands. The boys travel to Houston, Texas every few months to meet with their doctors for care and to plan future treatments. Throughout this entire hardship, they continue to attend classes and keep up with their studies. And no doubt, it is an expensive process, and thanks to the Rutherford Women's League for putting this together, gives you and me an opportunity to support them financially as well as friendship. All right, let's look at some other quick stories. Always stories happen out there that I'd like for you to know more about so you can be aware of the situation. Mom admits to overdosing in gas station bathroom in front of her children, in front of her child. They call them mothers, but they don't fit in that category. A Florida mother is in jail after she admitted to police that she overdosed on drugs while she was with her 3-year-old child. Natasha Harris, she's 30, old enough to know better, is facing child abuse felony charges after she took her child into a Citgo gas station in Largo and used drugs in front of the child. The owner of the gas station, Sira Mia, tells News Channel 8, his wife was working at the time. She told Mia that Harris and her child walked in and asked to use the restroom. My wife gave her the keys. She came out of the restroom after about 3 minutes and went out to her car. Harris allegedly walked back into the bathroom with her child. About 4 minutes later, my wife heard the child crying. At that point, Mia was at the gas station. He says he saw Harris slumped over with the toddler crying beside her. They called 911 and authorities showed up, and according to the affidavit, Harris told police she injected an opium-based drug known as Roxy into her hand before she passed out. So she's awaiting trial. So isn't that sad that folks have let themselves go to that point where they're so obsessed with drugs they just can't get out of it, and they even take their children into a bad situation because of it. Best thing to do with that, just never touch it. Just never touch it. If you don't ever touch it, you'll never be addicted to it. Well, the big news on the Washington scene, the first family is getting together again under the same roof. The White House, yep. Melania and Barron are moving into the White House. After nearly 5 months of living apart, President Donald Trump's wife, Melania, announced Sunday that she and the couple's young son have finally decided to move into the presidential mansion at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. They broke with tradition by living at Trump Tower, New York, since the inauguration so that Barron could finish the school year uninterrupted. The president lived and worked at the White House. It makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't want to uproot him in the middle of a school year, so they stayed in New York until he finished. Now they're moving into the White House. The president spent the weekend at his private golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey, and had said on several occasions that his wife and son would move to the White House after the school year. Trump will be celebrating his 71st birthday tomorrow and got his gift a few days early. His wife and son moving in with him. There were a lot of criticism about because she wasn't living in the White House. She's not being a good presidential wife. She's not being a good first lady. Well, she's being a good mother is what she was. That's what she's doing. But they're going to find some reason to complain about how she handles things, how Barron does or does not do whatever's expected. It's going to be they're going to grumble and complain about something about this man his entire time in White House. It's amazing. I've never seen such criticism about a president in my entire life in covering presidential elections. Never. It's most unusual. Every president has people who dislike them. Every president is on the wrong side for somebody. But these criticisms are just, it don't even make sense, some of them. It's like the pretending you got Trump's head hanging from this so-called comedian. Supposedly his head had been chopped off. Now this play up in New York City, Shakespeare, and they were going to assassinate a man that supposedly looked like Trump. Fortunately, they're losing a lot of their sponsorship because of that. I mean, stuff like that, it's ridiculous. You can disagree with a man's politics, disagree with his philosophy in life, but this is it's outrageous the way they're carrying on over this man. They just cannot accept the fact that Hillary did not win president. They just can't accept it. It's amazing. I don't know when it's all going to stop. On all these hearings they're doing in Washington right now, it seems to me they've already established that President Trump did not have any collusion going on with Russia. It already proven that didn't happen, but they keep bringing up something, investigating. It seems to me that if these senators would go about the business of solving the problems we're having, and stay out in front of the TV cameras with all these hearings, we'd have a health plan already there. They could solve this health issue that's going to be replacing Obamacare. We'd have a tax structure that we could live with. There'd be a lot of other things that we could do healthily for our country if they'd get busy about being what we elected them to be there for, not having a series of hearings every few days, and the camera's rolling, and they will testify and give these long dissertations about this, that, and the other. It's accomplishing nothing, absolutely nothing. If it's indeed a serious hearing and needs to be done, go for it. But when it's not, when it's already been proven again and again, there's nothing there, let it go. Let it go. It's amazing. It's amazing. Alrighty, let's see. A man accused of I don't understand the obsession with sex anymore either. Spartanburg man is accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old. Deputies say they were dispatched to McHaffey Cooley Road. That happened on Saturday. A woman told the deputies she came home to find William Henderson in the house with her 14-year-old daughter. Deputies say Henderson confessed to a criminal sexual contact with a minor. William Eugene Henderson, 21, on Railroad Avenue in Gaffney, has been charged with criminal sexual conduct with a minor, second degree. So, I don't know. I don't know why we're so obsessed with that, why we're so obsessed with not letting this administration get on with the job that we elected them to do. He was elected based on what he wanted to accomplish, already trying to accomplish some, but there'd be so much more they could get done, move us toward a more conservative, livable, economically speaking, strong environment, strong economics, if they let him go do his job instead of having to send out firefighters every day to calm the troubled waters. Anyway, all right, folks. We'll get back together tomorrow morning. We hope you'll join us right here live.
WCAB News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Attorney General Jeff Sessions will appear before the Senate Intelligence Committee today to answer questions about the Russia probe and the firing of FBI Director Comey. Chief Washington correspondent John Dickerson says Sessions will likely decline to answer many of the panel's questions.
They may not get much from him because on the Comey-Trump area, he will likely say executive privilege. And basically my conversations to the president about this and any area around it are privileged.
The city of Greenville announced today that Mayor Alan Thomas is resigning. The city says Thomas has been named executive director of the North Carolina Global Trans Park in Kinston. He will transition from his elected post to the Trans Park on June 29th. In Norristown, Pennsylvania, the jury in Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial will return to work this morning. CBS's Matt Piper is there.
The judge ended last night saying the jury had a second question he would answer as soon as court resumed this morning. The other question they had was hearing testimony from a 2005 Bill Cosby deposition where he called the pills he gave Andrea Constand his friends. The 12-member jury deliberated for 4 hours last night.
Prisoners picking up trash while guards keep close watch has been a common sight along North Carolina roads for more than 100 years. But that could soon go away. Both House and Senate budget offers include the shift which would allow the Department of Transportation to use more private contractors. State Senator Warren Daniel tells WBTV News.
A private crew can do more miles per day simply because they can take 10 people and